Hey everyone, Sarah Trapani here at my studio in Stone Ridge, New York, Whole Sky Yoga. And today I'm offering a quick 10-minute practice for pelvic floor strength. You guys may or may not know that I'm a mom of four, and obviously when you have so many babies, you start to lose a little bit of that strength in the pelvic floor, and also as you age. So that's sad. But there's certain yogic exercises you can do that will help strengthen the pelvic floor. And in yoga, we refer to a lot of these exercises with the term mula bandha. One of my teachers talks about this concept of mula bandha, which is a lifting of the pelvic floor. It's called the root lock. And this is not necessarily a physical action that you take. It's something that can naturally occur when you have the alignment and the posture correct. So we'll keep that into consideration as we take this practice together. So when you're ready, lay down on your back. And you can lay down on the back with the feet about hip width distance apart. And you're going to let the knees soften into touch. And then you're going to rest your hands on your belly with your fingertips pointing toward the pubic bone. And you can take a quick centering meditation here as you lay on your back, letting the back of your head relax and the shoulders relax. And you perform a quick body scan from the crown of the head all the way down to the toes. Start to notice your breath and the quality of your breath today. And when you inhale, you feel the belly expand a little more into the hands. And when you exhale, you feel the belly hollow toward the spine. And you feel the feet connect to the earth. And you might bring your mind's eye, your focus, down into the pelvic floor. One of my teachers asked me, where does the mind in the body, Sarah? Where is the mind? And I said, it's wherever the cue is directed. It's wherever you focus. It's wherever you bring your attention. So in this pelvic floor practice, you bring your focus down into that pelvic floor, the place from the tailbone to the pubic bones. And we're getting a little more intricate when we start to think about the tip of the tail and the pubic bones, and also the two sitting bones. So you bring your focus down to the pubic bones, the tip of the tail, and those two sitting bones, sort of a diagonal or a diamond-like shape in the pelvic floor. And we're going to start to lengthen the tailbone toward the front of the mat, and you're going to take your knees apart and have your feet about hip width. Now, when you drag the tip of the tail toward the front of your mat, the pubic bones are going to move toward the tip of the tail. So you're going to inhale with that emphasis in that lower back curve, and when you exhale, press your feet into the ground, scoop the tail, and imagine those two sitting bones moving in toward each other. And you can feel this more of a hollowing of the belly. This is one of the most easy exercises you can do, because when we think about the pelvic floor and closing up these core muscles, especially if you have had a baby, we want to think of that we're zipping back up from the pelvic floor up to the diaphragm area, the xiphoid process in between the ribs. So hold that. You kind of squeeze the tail toward you and you engage the glutes as you exhale. Then when you inhale, you're going to allow the tail to lengthen toward the front of the mat. The belly feels more open. There's more lower back curve. And then when you exhale, you press through the feet and you scoop and you squeeze. And you press through the feet. And you can imagine these gathering of the inner thighs in toward the center of the belly. And we'll work with that a few times. On the inhale, emphasize the arch. On the exhale, push through the feet, scoop the tail, and squeeze. And this like this vortex of energy from the pelvic floor moving up into the deep internal belly. It's very subtle. And we'll do it a few more times. Inhale, a little more arch. Exhale, a little squeeze. Fire up the glutes. Inhale, arch, very subtle. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, tailbone away. Now reach your arms overhead. Stretch your arms up alongside the ears. You feel a little more arch. And then as you exhale, take a cactus arm, push through the feet, and now pick up the pelvis a little bit. The glutes are engaged. Make gentle fists with your hands and just hold there, imagining the tail moving toward the pubic bones, the sitting bones moving in toward each other, and the pubic bone wants to move toward the tailbone. Inhale, chest toward chin. Exhale, slowly lower down. Upper back, center back, lower back resting. Let the arms come down alongside the body. Hug the knees in. Give a little squeeze. And then rest your feet on the floor and interlace your hands back behind your head. Point your elbows up toward the sky. And the hands are behind the head, and you're going to use the hands to drag the back of the head away from the sacrum. Scoop the tail and lift up. Now you're thinking of that zipping from the tailbone toward the pubic bones, toward the center of the ribs. And the pubic bone moves toward the tail just a little bit, and the sitting bones move in toward each other. Good. So you hold for 3, 2, 1, and then release. Open the elbows and let the lower back relax. Let the tailbone move away. We're going to inhale deep to the belly. We're going to exhale, push through the feet, scoop. Point your elbows toward the outer knees. Feel the back of the head drag away from the sacrum. Hold. The lower ribs are zipping in toward each other. You're going to exhale, hold for 3, 2, 1, and then release and relax back. Let the elbows open. Feel the inhale filling into the belly. And then exhale again. We're going to scoop, pushing through the feet. You can do a little sort of imagining of a squeeze, like a Kegel exercise, where that base of the pelvic floor is moving up to the internal belly. And then you release, let the elbows open, relax. Very good. Release, let the exhale out your mouth. Now push through your left foot, bring your right thigh in toward your body. Extend your left leg out and hover your left leg. So the heel is hovering off the ground about 1 inch as you track your right thigh toward you. You're going to open your elbows, start to round your face toward your knee toward your face, and press that left heel away. And imagine the inner thighs scissoring in toward each other. And then release your head back. Switch. Extend your right leg out. Hands are in front of your left shin. Open your elbows. Knee toward nose. Right inner thigh wraps down. Exhale out. And then release and switch. Inhale. Exhale, knee toward nose. And then release and switch. Hands are in front of that shin. Open your elbows. And again, exhale, knee toward nose. And then release. Now interlace your hands back behind your head. Send your feet up toward the sky. Point and flex a few times. Let the upper back relax. Let the elbows relax. And then start to bring the heels down. Let the thigh bones fall away. Touch your toes toward the floor. And then extend the soles of the feet up. And use your core, drawing your belly toward your spine to lift the lower back a little bit off the ground. That's an inhale. And then exhale, let the legs fall away. Bend the knees, point the toes, touch the toes very lightly. Good, and then soles of feet toward the sky. Lift. Inhale, and then exhale, bending. Toes are going to touch. And then inhale. You can do this for quite a while. You can do this for a couple minutes. Imagining those long core muscles that go along the front of the body just coming in toward each other, healing and zipping from the pelvic floor right up to the center of the sternum. Good, so inhale one more time. And exhale. Touch the toes, hold. And then flex your feet, touch your heels to the ground. Inhale, lengthen the tail toward the front of your mat. It's real subtle work. There's a lower back curve. And when you exhale, plant your feet, scoop the tail, squeeze. And then let the lower back go neutral. Lift your feet off the ground and start to slowly bicycle. And imagine some resistance. The femurs are plugged into the hips. The feet are flexed. Slowly you're bicycling. And there's a balance, if you bring your mind's eye, between the pubic bones the tip of the tail, and those two sitting bones that want to energize in toward each other. I ought to get the skeleton in here sometime and show the pelvis, but today we're just visualizing two sitting bones, pubic bone, tailbone, and doing this, you're breathing, your upper back is relaxed. And you can do this for quite a while too. Wonderful way to help heal the pelvic floor. There's this natural mula bandha occurring, that mula bandha, which is that sense of suctioning of the pelvic floor into the belly. Good. And we'll do this for 3, 2, 1. Hug both knees in, curl into a little ball, give it a little squeeze. Then you're going to cross either ankle on top. Take your hands on tops of the feet, lift the heels, and rock your way right up to sit. Good. Plant your palms, uncross, step your feet back, come into downward facing dog. Any yoga practice I do almost always has to have at least one downward dog. Not always, but it's nice. Inhale through the nose, exhale out your mouth. Shake the head out. And when you exhale, can you think of the relationship of the tailbone moving to the pubic bones move toward the tail, and those two sitting bones come in toward each other. And then we're going to come down into tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, you're going to scoop. Very good. And then stand up on the knees and just take a moment to shake your hands off. Shake your hands off. Take your hands to your lower back. Point your elbows back and arch your upper back. Feel the sternum lift on the inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands around to the belly. Fingertips are pointing towards your pubic bones. Shoulders are relaxed. Take a moment to feel the connection of your hands to the belly. And imagine that there's a zipping of the outer muscles of the core into the center. Good. You can smile. And then come over to sit. Cross your ankles. Take your hands to heart center. Elbows dropping toward the earth. Take a moment to thank yourself for practicing and doing this brief, nourishing practice for your pelvic floor and for the health of your core, your lower core. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate if you would please share and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to offering more videos soon. Have a great day.